The product specification document. We've made this because it makes it very, very clear. Simple, clear and concise, as you can see on the slide. This is the only way, the best way that you have to give your detailed instructions to your supplier so that they know what to make for you. Also, it helps you to keep a track of your complete product. So along the line, you're going to be adding to the product specification template that we're going to provide you with in the course, and keep adding to it and make it larger, longer as you proceed through your process. And also it gives you comeback as well. Often most of our customers will send the same product specification document updated over time to the supplier again and again and again, so that the supplier knows exactly what is expected of them. And it gives you comeback as well. If you receive something that is different to your product specification, then you can say, hey, look, I sent you an email. It included the product spec, you agreed to it. And this is another thing as well, getting their confirmation before you do anything. Confirmation before sampling, confirmation before the contracts itself, confirmation especially before the bulk buy, and it's all on the product specification document. Very essential, very, very, I cannot express how significant the product spec document is throughout the complete process. So we give you a template, basically. We will actually give you a downloadable product specification template, as you can see there. It gives the functionality explanation, the product materials and size and dimensions, the labeling, the packaging, the compliance, and also the specific tests that are going to be required. You need to let the supplier know which tests they will need to be able to conform to when making the product. So you let them know beforehand, before they start embarking on something and making a product using X, Y, and Z. You want to say, look, this test is going to be carried out. This product that we're making has to conform to these standards, and all of this needs to go on the product specification document. So anyway, there's a downloadable template. It looks pretty much something like this, and you can upload your own images. It's a template, so you can actually click on fields, you can upload images, you can add descriptions, you can add dimensions, you can add product sizes and specs, etc. Entirely how you wish to use it. You can add to it, obviously. So it's the bare minimum, and it guides you. That's the best way I can possibly describe it. It gives you everything that you need to consider. So when you're working down a template, so it's quite a few page document, but when you're working through it, you'll think, I'm not quite sure of that, might need to check it, might need to double check it, and then you put it on your product spec document. The template is there to help you to make sure you don't miss anything, but obviously you can add to it too. So that's the product spec. Now, when you're talking about materials, so okay, this is actually a screenshot from Amazon. There's a lot of information on Amazon, and also you're going to find a lot of information on Alibaba too about the product specifications of existing products. If it's on Amazon, the products are being sold, but if it's on Alibaba, it's actually the product that they have already that you can probably purchase as an ODM product. So you can get a good idea of the dimensions and all of the specifics that you need directly from the website, and we'll show you which ones to focus on and which ones are most important and which ones are crucial to you. But the glory of it is, if you actually look at something that's on Amazon, you can see what is being sold, and you know that it's sort of okay in your market already because you can see that it's being sold. This is why, again, we added the FBA, Amazon FBA to the import course, because you can sort of work backwards to decide your product if you haven't completely decided on your product yet. Our material guide, we've got a downloadable material guide here, really universal. So we go through all of the different materials, as many as we can possibly put on there. We've really gone into a huge amount of detail on sort of different materials and metals and plastics and woods and all of those bits and pieces to make it easier for you. So when you're actually deciding on the materials for your product, you know what to expect, and you can just download that. It's not a template, it's a guide, it's a PDF of all of the different materials frequently used and that you'd probably want to use, the most commonly used, so that you can actually sort of build your product and your idea from there. This is actually the material guide itself, so there's only a couple of pages of it, the first 3 pages of it, but it shows, well, for example, watches, what materials might be used in a watch, kitchen utensils, etc. What materials will be used for those different products, different tools, different whatever you're looking to manufacture. It will give you a good guide of the most commonly used ones and the ones that are acceptable and the ones that usually pass regulations. And it gives you a good guide if you read through it. If you've got your product in mind and you look at our material guide, it will show you what you would usually tend to be looking at with regards to materials provided by the supplier.